video of PySpark series where we are going to solve top 50 questions of lead code using PySpark. In order to start, we'll check the question first on lead code, then we'll start coding. So I have already opened the questions over here and you can see we are going to check invalid weight question. Okay. So in the question you can see there are two columns as tweet ID and content, and we have to write a solution to find the IDs of invalid weights. And if the tweet is invalid only if the number of characters used in the content of tweet is strictly greater than 15. It means we have to find such tweets whose content length is greater than 15. Okay, so in order to start, we'll first load the data into our VS Code and we'll start coding. Alright, so the data is already loaded over here as you can see, and the file name that I have written over here is fifth.csv. To refer, I have also added the question as you can see over here, and now we'll start. So the first thing that we are going to do over here is we have to load the data frame or the data that we have stored in fifth.csv. So we will just name the data frame as fifth.df and we'll just read the data. Spark.read.csv, the standard format, and we'll just pass the name of the file with header equals to true, and we'll also infer the schema. So to check whether the data is loaded correctly or not, we'll just write fifth.df dot show. So you can see the data is loaded correctly, and to see the content properly, what we'll do is we'll just write truncate equals to false. So now you can see the whole content. Okay, now the question was we have to find the tweet whose length is greater than 15. Okay, so we have to find such method which is allowing us to find the length of each rows. Okay, and we'll have to just filter those content whose length is greater than 15. That's it. So in order to do that, what we'll have to do is first of all we'll have to use the length method that we are having in PySpark. Okay, so what we can do is we can just write fifth.df dot with column. So first of all we'll just create a column with the name, length, and we'll just try to put the logic over here. Okay, so we are going to use the length method of PySpark. So what we'll do is we'll just write length and we'll see what parameters we'll have to pass over here. So you can see over here we have to pass the column or the column name. So we'll just write column and we'll just pass the column name as content, and we'll just see what is happening over here. We'll also write truncate so that we can see the whole content. Okay, truncate equals to false. Now as you can see over here that we got a column name as length and it is representing the length of each content. Okay, so as you can see over here we have length as 11 and 33, and by the question we have to filter out all those IDs or the content whose tweet size is greater than 15. Okay, so except keeping those tweets whose size is greater than 15, we'll have to keep others one. Okay, so as you can see over here we have two tweet. Okay, and we the length of each one tweet is 11 and the other one is 33. So we have to show just this one, tweet ID 1. Okay, because the other one is having length greater than 15. So how we can do that, like what will the procedure to filter out this? Okay, so the next thing we are going to do over here is first of all we'll just store this length and we'll just remove this show method over here, and what we'll just do is we'll just use filter method as we were using since first video. Okay, filter method. So fifth.df dot filter, and what we are going to pass over here. So any guess? Yeah, So you guessed it correctly, I think. We just have to pass column name as length, and its size should be greater than 15. So let's see what it is returning. So as you can see over here, we got a tweet ID as 2 whose length is greater than 15. But we have to return all those content or tweet whose length is smaller than 15. Okay, greater than 15 is invalid. So we have to just make it smaller than 15, and let's see what is returned. So yeah, you can see over here we got one tweet as tweet ID equals to 1, and the length of this tweet is 11. It means it is valid tweet. Now we'll see what column we have to return. Okay, so as you can see in the question, we have to find the IDs of invalid tweets, nothing else. We are just going to return the tweet ID. We are not going to return content and length. Okay, so what we'll do over here is again the same thing. We'll have to select, and in select we'll just pass column that we are going to return. So it will be tweet ID, and we'll make it syntactically correct, and we'll just show whether it is running correct or not. Okay, let's see. So as you can see over here, only the tweet ID equals to 1 is returned. By this solution we can say that the question is solved properly, and if you have any doubt you can just comment. I'll try to answer all the queries or the doubts that you comment over there. Okay.